Hi, my name is Natalie Frey. I am a junior at Marquette University in the Applied Investment Management program, and today I will be pitching TechTarget, ticker TTGT. TechTarget provides purchase intent data analytics and insights to the vendors of enterprise IT products. They collect this data that allows them to provide this service from specialized content that they publish across 140 plus websites. The buyers of IT products consume this content as a part of their research process in order to drive informed purchase decisions, thus allowing TechTarget a large amount of access to data that reveals what makes buyers of enterprise IT choose one product over another. I recommend that TechTarget be added to the AIM Small Cap Fund for a few reasons. First, they have a very unique position within the IT sector. They have access and value offered to both the buyers and the sellers of IT products. Next, they have an extensive amount of access to purchase intent data for enterprise IT products, making their insights and analysis more accurate and valuable to the sellers of those products. Third, they have a very strong presence in both ends of the IT market. This ties in with the first point again. And lastly, this stock offers returns of a growth stock within the next few years, but it also has the ability to offer longevity and stability like a value investment. I've identified 3 drivers that support my investment thesis on TechTarget. The first being that TechTarget exists in a market space that is in the early stages of a megatrend. Investments into data-driven marketing and sales solutions by upper-level marketing and sales executives have grown substantially in recent periods, with a 5-year CAGR of 11.6% of the annual spend dedicated to these types of solutions, and this trend is expected not only to continue, but also to accelerate. The second driver that I identified was the strategic acquisitions that have been executed by TechTarget. They recently acquired BrightTalk Limited in late 2020, which is a digital trade show video conference hosting platform. And this is going to add 30% to their top line existing revenue in the next year. And it's also going to drive the third reason that I believe we should support this thesis, which would be the shift toward recurring revenues. TechTarget has had a long-standing initiative to establish long-term contracts within their revenue streams, and the acquisition of BrightTalk has already added 15% of a solid base of recurring revenue streams. And TechTarget tends to engage in bundle sales with their customers. This is going to propel the initiative to increase long-term contracts in their other product lines due to the BrightTalk acquisition. The valuation methods that I employed led me to an overall price target of $92.70, representing an upside of 23.14%. This upside's been slightly inflated in recent weeks due to the decline in TechTarget's share price since the start of 2021, which puts us at a unique position to enter while the price is undervalued. I used a 10-year DCF and I weighted this at 80% of my valuation. This led me to an intrinsic value of $93.85 using the assumptions below. I also used some relative valuation methods, the EV to EBIT multiple, which I weighted at 20%, as it led me to an intrinsic value or price estimate of $88.10. I weighted the peers based on how comparable their business models and business segment divisions were to that of TechTarget's. There are a few risks associated with the performance of TechTarget. The first being restricted budgets that are going to follow COVID-19. A lot of corporations are currently focusing on reducing their costs in order to maintain target margins throughout the volatile recovery from COVID-19. This could impact TechTarget in the event that they decide to spend less on their marketing over other expenses. The second being the reliance that TechTarget's performance has on the IT industry. The primary customers of this company are the sellers of these IT products. So periods of weakness within the IT sector directly impact TechTarget in a negative way. And lastly, TechTarget has a relatively high customer concentration as of now. Their top 12 customers account for about 35% of their total revenues, which leaves them exposed to some considerable risk if they lose any one or a few of these customers. As for the management team at TechTarget, Michael Koisha has served as the CEO of TechTarget since 2002. Prior to his career as CEO here, he held positions as a sales director at Sands, and he also was an auditor specializing in sales and marketing at Deloitte and Touche LLP. Daniel Norick has maintained the position of Treasurer, CFO, and CFA at TechTarget since 2016. And lastly, Sean Tierney is the standing CTO of this firm. An additional comment would be that the average age of management and the board at TechTarget is around 57 years old, and the average tenure with the firm is about 11 years. In closing, I believe that TechTarget offers potential value add to the AIM Small Cap Fund because of its unique position in the market, its strong presence in both ends of that market, and its promising growth potential that is supported by its historic performance in both top-line revenues as well as margins.